Hi everyone, this is SecretDoorGaming. I'm playing a game called Lovewood. This is going to be a part 1 of 3. It's quite a long game. And in this game I am going to be playing a fairy. And the kind of fairy slash furry creature. And there's different romances in this game. And we are going to be romancing and having fun. So let's start the game. When we think of the adventures in fairy tales, we may think of a brave prince slaying a dragon or a princess escaping her tower. The story that we are about to tell doesn't feature dragons, but it does feature a literal fairy. A healer who will find their footing in a new home and possibly even tackle the greatest adventure of all, finding love. What will our protagonist's pronouns be? Well, since I'm a she and a her, and of course she will need a name as well. Celine. Before our hero Celine dives into her adventure, she is facing the struggle of phrasing a formally appropriate letter. Okay, let's see here. My Reverend Lord... no. He's going to think I'm some kind of bootlicker. Probably wouldn't like that. Yo, Oberon, old house. No. Dear Lord Oberon, it should only take 2 more days of travel for me to arrive in your town of Lovewood. Thank you again for your invitation, and I'm looking forward to talking over the details in person. Sincerely, Celine. Before I can doubt my own writing choices even more, I drop the message in the telegram device, and it is magically transferred to the fairy settlement. Modern technology sure is amazing. A few minutes later, I received the reply from Lord Oberon. It's just a piece of paper with a thumbs-up doodled on it. I guess that means everything is ready for my arrival. On the next day, our travel group passes by the occasional group of humans, but so long as we cover our ears with our hoods, they think we are just a bunch of little nervous people. Little nervous people. That's like me. I'm little and I'm nervous. Finally, around early noon, the village comes into sight, and I head straight for the Lord's residence. Ooh, very stately. All right, this must be the place. I pause for a moment to gather my thoughts and calm down my nerves. My decision to move to the Northern Fairy settlement wasn't an easy one, but I think it's about time I build a life of my own, away from the restrictions of my past. The new freedom is exciting. I was never truly independent while living under my parents' thumb. I can't wait to seek out adventure and new friendships. You go, girl. But before I get ahead of myself, I should try to make a good first impression in what will be my new home. Ooh, there's Lord Oberon, I guess. Oberon. Welcome, young one. I trust that your journey was safe and uneventful. For the most part, yes. I encountered humans at one point, but I don't think they suspected anything my disguise held up. Excellent. It soothes my mind to know that we now have a competent healer among us. Some of my servants have already brought your luggage to the house that you will inhabit. I'll have one of them escort you there. Make yourself at home and acquaint yourself with the locals. Yes, I'll, do my best. Thank you, Lord Oberon. I probably should tell him that I'm bad at approaching strangers. I'm certain that your magic will be of great service to our community. Oh, Lord Oberon! Ooh. A fairy with a messenger bag dashes into the throne room. Everyone looks short next to Lord Oberon, but even by normal fairy standards, this fella is a small and agile type. Got a letter from the Lankamore settlement for you, my lord. Thank you, though I was just in the process of giving directions to our newly arrived healer, Celine. Oh, you're the new kid. Glad to meet you. I'm Nord. Yes, you sure are. Hi, nice to meet you too. Nord, since you are here, could you show Celine the way to her cottage? Oberon hands me a small key. Right, sure. I'm on a tight schedule though. Gotta get to Atlas and deliver the meals for today. You need to do what? Atlas is our local cook. We got a service in which he makes lunch packs every day and I deliver them to villagers. Nifty. Say, Nord, why don't you take Celine with you? Surely she would gladly help you. Hey, yeah, having an extra pair of hands won't hurt, and you get to meet a bunch of folks around the settlement. Not a bad idea. Having an official reason to talk to people would spare me from some of the mortifying awkwardness of starting a conversation. Sure, I'm in. Awesome! When we're done with that, I'll show you your house. Let's go! He's a very excitable little fella. Atlas lives a little way off the main village, so we'll have to walk a bit. Shouldn't take too long, though. For the record, I'll only be doing this once. That's not very nice of you, Celine. Thanks for letting me tag along. Let's not keep him waiting. I wouldn't have been sure how to spend my first day here, so thanks for this. Aw, don't mention it. I know being the newbie isn't easy. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly is your job? You act as a messenger, but you also do this? I'm more of a general legman. That means I deliver letters and packages, yes, but I also help out with all kinds of things. Anything that requires speed, really. My dash lends itself well to that kind of work. Your dash? It's the type of magic I'm best at. Nord jumps onto a branch to demonstrate. It's as if a small gust of wind is pushing him forward. Despite the force behind his dash, his movements are controlled and light-footed. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it looks really useful. Are there any other areas of magic you're specialized in? I also got my ability to detect life. Lets me read the auras of every living thing in the area. That's kind of cool. Yours is really bright and like a goldenish tone. Wow, cool. Wait, the aura of every living thing? Does that mean you see the auras for plants too? Yep, plants, fungi, animals. I wish you could see it. It's like an expressionist painting when I use it here in the forest. Can't keep it up for too long or I get a headache. Oh, look, his little tongue sticking out. Do you know any particular magic other than healing, of course? I can also create light. It's pretty basic, but it comes in handy and I can practically do it in my sleep. Ooh, pretty! Oh, look, it's gotten lighter out. Here we are. Hey, Grasshopper. Atlas. Hello, Mr. Atlas. Atlas! The two greet each other with some brusque hugging and a kiss on the forehead. I brought along Celine. New flesh for the meat grinder. What? Oh my gosh, don't scare her. Would it kill you not to mess with the new arrivals for once? You mess with them too. Yeah, but I usually wait until day 2. Alright. Look, he's blushing. She is the new village healer, and I'm also helping me out with the delivery today. Nice to have you on board, Celine. Atlas gives a firm handshake, and even through my glove I can feel that the skin on his hand is rough. I hope you're ready to carry a few jars of food. Sure, I think I can handle that. How are you going to split it? I'm probably the fastest, so I'll be taking the warm meals. That way I can dash ahead and get them delivered before they're cold. Atlas gets a few jars what looks to be a thick stew, and rubs his hand across them before putting them in Nord's messenger bag. Combining that with the fact that his palms are so rough, I think I understand what's up. Do you have heat magic? I do. I'm best at heating up my palms. How warm can you get them? Well, barely enough to be able to light a fire, but I guess if I tried really hard, I could generally hurt someone with the heat. I initially specialized in it as a kid because I thought I could learn cool pyromancy tricks. But as it turns out, shooting fireballs from your hand isn't as easy as some people make it look. Alright, nice and secure. Ready to go, Grasshopper? Just a moment, Celine, you remember the way back to the village, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, then I'll rush ahead and I'll meet you there when we're both done with our deliveries. Sound good? Yep, I'll see you then. Nord tightly grabs his bag and proceeds to hop onto Atlas's hand, who launches him forward in a throwing motion. Oh my, look at him go. Maybe this is Atlas's secondary magic. He's great at throwing things. It's very strong. Either that or he has played a lot of baseball. Judging by how effortless it looks to both of them, they practice this combo a lot. Now, as for you... Oh no, don't throw me. You're not going to yeet me through the forest too, right? I like that, yeet me. No. I got 3 jars with cold lunch. One is for Blossom. You can barely miss her place. When you enter the village, she keeps goats and chickens and some other critters. The second one is for Moth. He's our only dressmaker, so you'll easily recognize the tailor shop by its sign. Okay, and the third one? I'd ask that you give that one to Nord when you meet him again. That I can do. I take the jars from Atlas. Maybe I should use the chance to chat some more before I leave. Did you commit some kind of crime to be exiled out here? That's not very nice, Celine. Looks like you two got your routines all figured out. Well, gotta get going. Well, no, since I kind of want to romance him. If I can. You and Norn seem to make a great team. How long have you guys been doing this lunch delivery thing? A few years now. We've actually known each other since we were little. And at some point we noticed that there are people who don't like to make lunch every day. Not because they can't cook or anything, but because they're busy with jobs and such. Cooking is my favorite thing to do. Eating is mine. And at first I made lunches just for Nord. Letting others sign on for a couple coins was his idea. Then it became a job I did. Sometimes things fall into place like that. It's great that you can do something you're passionate about. Yeah, it's as if I can send some joy to the people of the village without needing to actually interact with them. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Maybe this isn't the last time I'll be helping you guys out, though I think I should get going for now. Alright, I'll hope we'll be seeing more of each other soon. Stay safe. I speed walk back into the direction of the village. Thank goodness the jars of food in my bag aren't too heavy. This is really more than I expected of my first day here at the settlement, but I hope I'm doing okay. After all, I'm really just making things up as I go. So am I, Celine, so am I. I can't help but repeat Atlas's instructions in my head while I walk. One lunch is for Blossom, the other for a person called Moth, and the last one is for Nord. At least the scenery is soothing my anxiety a whole lot. Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? It's like you're looking at a storybook, like a cartoon almost. I'd seen a bit of the village when I went to Lord Oberon's residence, but this is the first time I'm getting a really good look at it. The little farm really is hard to miss. Should I knock? No, there appears to be someone chopping wood in the backyard. Oh, hi, Blossom. Excuse me? Are you Blossom? Aye, that would be me. Can I help you? I'm actually just here to bring you some food. Heck yeah, fuel for the fire. I've been waiting for this. Atlas makes the absolute best lunches. So I've heard. I hand her the jar and she takes a seat, ready to dig in. Say, have we met before? No, I just arrived today. I'm Celine. Sweet. Feel free to stop by any time for some eggs or goat milk. So, are you the new healer? That's right. Reminds me, why doesn't the town already have one? A healer? We had one. Pretty good guy, actually. What happened to him? Old age happened to him. Guess that's something even magic can't prevent. Oh. It's true that while healing magic is powerful against injuries and inflammation, there are some elements that it can't fix. It's okay. He had a good life here. We could get by kind of okayish with just regular medicine these last few months. But it turns out being able to just magic away small injuries is pretty darn useful. That's why Oberon called out to find a new healer. Makes sense. Good luck stepping into those footsteps. I'm sure you'll do well. Thanks, I'll try. Blossom chews and nods. Should I keep the conversation going a bit more before moving on? Kind of gross to eat here while sitting in the dirt. Nice work, your animals seem really happy. Well, gotta get going. Thanks, I love my critters, even the goats, those little jerks. My biggest pride are my wool rabbits, though. They're quite a handful, but it's totally worth it. If you see anybody walk across the street here during autumn or winter, chances are they're wearing at least one piece of clothing that includes bunny wool. I've heard it's very cozy. Oh, the coziest! Plus the rabbits are just sweet little angels. Blossom seems tough, but apparently even she isn't immune to the power of cuteness. I deliver most of my wool to Ma. He's best at making stuff from it. Right, the tailor. I have to bring him a lunch jar, too. Then I'll let you get to it. Been fun talking to you, though. Same here. See you around, Blossom. See you later, neighbor. I like her. Farm girl. Stepping back onto the street, it doesn't take me long to spot the tailor shop. The door is open just a tad, probably for the sake of airing the room. It's a pleasantly warm day after all. Someone is just sitting inside and working on some needlework. Look, he's got a tail and ears like a pussycat or a fox. It's not really like they're fairy creatures. They haven't noticed me yet. Apparently they're very focused. What should I do? Knock on the door frame, walk in quietly, say hello. If I say hello, they might screw up on their needlework. But if I walk in quietly, I might scare them. So I'll knock on the door frame. I gently knock to make myself heard. Nord, is that you? No, it's me, a person you don't know. Very smooth, Celine. Oh my, a fresh face! Who do I have the pleasure of meeting? Ooh, he's like very suave. I'm Celine, I'm the new healer in town. Enchantée, the name is Moth, tailor extraordinaire, at your service. Ah, right. Speaking of service, here's your lunch from Atlas. Why, thank you, love. Be so kind and put it on the table. I'll get to it in a moment. I do as he says. Say, I couldn't help but notice that your cloak has a truly masterful cut. Classic southern pattern, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell where I'm from just by looking at the style of my clothes? I wouldn't be much of a tailor if those matters wouldn't stick out to me. It has very neat seams too, and the way the fabric flows is just wonderful. Yeah, it's my favorite cloak, very light and comfy. You have excellent taste in fashion, though I hope you also brought some warmer garments along. It won't be summer forever after all. Well, I brought a warmer jacket, but I've already heard that it can get really freezing up here, so I may need something stronger than that. Something like a durable yet fashionable coat handcrafted by a master tailor to be appropriately flattering to your figure while withstanding the forces of winter. Yeah. I'm not sure if I should already spend money on fancy clothes. I mean, I just got here. Right. I got a little carried away. Give it some thought, though. I'd love to create something for you. I will. What were you working on just now? Just some pillowcases, a little something for my own home. Say, could you do me a bit of a favor? No. Depends on what the favor is. I just noticed I'm running low on buttons. By that mean I still got plenty, but they're too fancy to be wasted on pillowcases. The traveling salesman in town square just outside usually sells some. Could you fetch me a few? Yeah, I can do that. I should still have some time to spare. Wonderful. What I'm looking for are buttons that are no larger than a thumbnail. Color is irrelevant, with at least 2 holes, preferably 4. Right, I'm sure I can remember all that. Thank you so much for your help, love. I'd rather not have you call me love. No problem, bucko. Boy, Celine, you're very, smart when you're talking. Bucko. I'll be back in no time. Looking for some buttons. I stepped back into the open air and looked to buy some buttons. There's really only one little sales cart near the center of the town square. I guess that's them. Oh, look at you. You look like you're from Charles Dickens. Someone is wiping a few prices off a chalkboard with a wet sponge. Hi there, are you the merchant? No. Odd merchant. I mean... They nodded and pointed themselves as if to correct themselves. Okay, I'm Celine. Nice to meet you. What's your name? They pointed the sign that says Elise Herbs and Trinkets. Oh, right. Elise it is. They nod. Apparently they're not much of a talker. Just be having a look around. The wares feature a wide array of clutter, small gemstones, tools, dried herbs and nuts, writing utensils, even animal bones and teeth. It's a pretty mixed bag, but sure enough, I find a handful of buttons too. How much for these? Elise quickly has a look over the buttons I picked out, then holds up one finger. Just 1 coin? Sounds very fair. Even while I'm paying, Elise looks kind of anxious and fidgety. Is there something in my face? Yes. Elise winces and shakes their head. Are you trying to mess with me? Anyway, thanks for the buttons. It's okay, I get nervous talking to new people too. No need to stress out. I'm so nice. Elise takes a deep breath and looks a bit more relaxed now. They're making a gesture that I assume means thank you. Hey, Elise! Oh, look at her. Before either of us can do or say anything else, a young woman rushes to the pushcart. She's Foxy lady. Get it? Foxy lady, and she's a fox and a lady. Oh, my puns are terrible. If anybody would just come back from my games just to listen to my bad puns. She doesn't even seem to have noticed me yet. How you doing? Terribly. Nice. Could you already get your hands on those seedlings I asked about? Elif nods and picks up a small flower pot from behind the counter, then trumpedly hangs it over to the girl. Awesome! I already know the perfect spot for this one with lots of sunlight. I hope it gets along with the strawberries. I'll just have to try it out. Once it has grown, I can finally get started on that new potion project. I mean, I technically could have gone with dried ingredients, but having fresh ones is always more effective. Elif looks calm with this young lady around. What a strange pair, one talks a lot, the other very little. Oh wait, there's another person here. I wasn't just interrupting something, right? Not really, don't worry. I'm not great with faces, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen yours before. Right, I just moved here, I'm Celine. Nice, I'm Kayleen. Why did you move here of all places? It seemed like a good enough fit and I'm here to fill the healer position. Ah, you're a healer, that's so cool. Do you use herbal remedies to go along with your magic? Sometimes, though usually I can get by with magic alone. We should exchange notes sometime. My garden is full of plants with healing properties. I bet we could boost the effectiveness of your cures a lot. Look at her eyes. She's got those crazy eyes. I've been providing ingredients for the local medics, so I know a few things about soothing medications and painkillers. I'm still learning a lot, though. It's a constant work in progress. Especially cures for digestive diseases can be so complicated. And don't even get me started on stuff that affects the neural system. Now I know who to come to when I need help. Do you ever shut up? Oh, that's mean. Guess we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. Yeah, just hit me up whenever you like. My house is the one with the large garden over there. The one with the tree house. A tree house? That's really fitting with the whole botany theme. Right, I love it. My father built it way back when. Oh, but I'm rambling. You look like you got places to be. Kinda, but I'll see you guys later, right? I would love to go for tea with her. She sounds like a lot of fun, even though a little kooky. Yeah, let's hang out soon. See ya, Celine. Having acquired the handful of buttons, I hurry back to the tailor shop. Moth has apparently finished his lunch while I was out. Did you just give me this task so you could eat in the meantime? Perhaps. Did you find something? I show him the buttons. Ah, yes, these will do nicely. Thank you, love. That means I can get back to work. Now, where did I put... Moth looks around cluelessly. He then appears to focus for a moment, and a roll of yarn knocks against the back of his head. Ah, there it is. Whoa, do you have a poltergeist in here? No, sorry, I probably should have warned you. It's just my magic. Some kind of telekinesis? Yes, more specifically a pole or a seeker spell, as some people call it. As you can guess, I can use it to pull things towards me. The wonderful part is that I don't even need to know where the thing is. That must be great for when you lose something around the house. It's a blessing, you have no idea. Shouldn't use it on knives or needles, though. I acquired that knowledge the hard way. Ouch. Ouch. Indeed. I'll let you get back to work. See you around, Moth. Of course, have a splendid furious day. I don't even know how to say that. Love. Oh, my chores are done. Now to find Nord. That silly little boy. Hey! That was easy. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. No, I just got done with my deliveries too. Perfect timing. I got one more lunch left, and Atlas said it's for you. Aw, how sweet. He must have remembered that I prefer eating during my afternoon break, so that I'm not super full while I'm running. But before I stuff my face and collapse into a food coma, I'll show you your house as promised. Nord bounces towards a cottage built from dark wood. Then I unlock it with the key I got from Lord Oberon. Aw, how cute and quaint. Ta-da! Nord wiggles his hands at the interior as if he's revealing the winner of the Home Society Beauty Showcase. It's looking a little bare, but I'm sure you can liven the place up. Rustic, I think I like it. In that moment, I remember what Blossom told me. Wait, speaking of livening things up, this place didn't belong to a dead guy, right? What? Why would a dead person own a house? No, I mean, this wasn't the home of the former village healer who passed away, was it? Oh, nah, don't worry. I think our carpenter just finished building this place a few weeks ago. You should be the first one who lives in here. Do you believe in bad omens? I'm sure if there were a former owner in the shape of an angry ghost, they wouldn't just be hanging around their old home all the time. Hey, you never know with these things. Just wanted to be sure. Ah, your bags were already brought here too. Is everything there? I hope so. At first glance, nothing seems to be missing. Great, then I'll leave you to it. Will I be seeing you around? Of course, at the Midsummer Celebration in a few days, if not earlier. The what now? Oh, nobody has told you about that yet? The whole village will get together for the annual Midsummer Celebration in 6 days. How do you guys celebrate? Oh, you know, the usual, making bloody sacrifices to the war gods, burning books. Oh, okay. Sheesh, I'm just messing with you. We never do anything like that. Right, I knew that. The Midsummer Party is just an evening of dressing up fancy, enjoying good food, and having fun. Lord Oberon opens the court to everyone, and the evening usually starts with a traditional ballroom dance. There's also lots of smaller private gatherings. Sounds neat. If you ask someone specific to join you for the Midsummer Celebration, that's a pretty big deal, like a really fancy date. Though if you ask me, going as a group of friends is just as much fun. I see. I certainly don't know anyone around here well enough to ask them out, but who knows what strange things will happen over the course of the next few days. Does Nord have a date? I'm kind of curious, but it would probably be inappropriate to ask. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I barely know him after all. Thanks for letting me know. I'll be looking forward to the party. You're welcome. Don't strain yourself on your first day, all right? I'll try. See you around. Nord closes the door behind him, and I acquaint myself with the little cottage. It's very clean, except for a bit of dust. Not a bad place to start. Even though I feel like I didn't do much today, my head feels really heavy all of a sudden. Apparently the traveling fatigue of the last few days is catching up to me now. I'll just take a little nap before I do anything else. Little nap turns into like sleeping all day, all night. I like it how the rooster cawed. Yawn. Oh no, that was a lot more than a quick nap. Apparently it's already morning. I slept like a rock. Guess that means I really needed it. As I'm stretching my tired limbs, I notice something that wasn't in the house the day before. Someone slipped a letter under my door. It's from Alith, the merchant from the town square, and it's an advertisement for discount gems. No, wait, the letter is just written on the back of a flyer. Got it. Hi, Celine. I feel as if I messed up our first meeting. To avoid further misunderstandings, I'll try to explain in as few words as necessary. I'm afflicted with the liar's curse, which means that I can't speak out truthful statements. Oh, how terrible. Whenever I try, the words come out all twisted. Fortunately, this doesn't affect my writing or my gestures, or when I ask questions, which is why I'm telling you this in written form. When you showed up, suddenly seeing an unfamiliar face caught me off guard. That's why I slipped up. Sorry for any confusion I caused you. I felt that I owed you the truth. Huh? Get it? I hope this clears things up a bit. Don't be afraid to visit my shop again. It's always open to you when I'm in town, Elith. Wow, I guess I'm not the only one who worries about first impressions. My encounter with Leaf from yesterday makes a lot more sense now. They were afraid to talk because their curse makes them lie. I'll try keeping that in mind. Before I do anything else, though, I'll have to make sure I'm less of a mess than I am now. I'll get cleaned up, have some breakfast, and then finally unpack all my bags. Oh, look how nice her little cottage looks now. We even dressed it all up with herbs and plants. There, things are starting to look homely around here. I brought some of my art equipment with me. I hope to get some more practice in. It's been a while since I've drawn or painted anything just for fun. Serving mostly as a healer to the village, I doubt that I'll constantly have work to do. Or at least I sure hope that people don't get hurt all the time. So I should try making myself useful in other ways too. Yesterday I met plenty of interesting folks. Maybe I could help one of them out and get to know them a little better or on the way. Well, since we are romancing, we can romance, I think, any one of these little fairy creatures, fairy people. I'm going for Atlas. It's the strong type. Atlas can probably always use a helping hand. I'd like to get to know him a bit more. Besides, it can't hurt to check in on him every once in a while. His home is a little off the beaten path after all. As I approach, there's already a faint smell of delicious food coming from one of the open windows. I think I can hear him humming. Ah, Celine, come in. What a very cute cottage. Look at all the mushrooms. I love mushrooms. They're growing out of the cottage. He's a mushroom man. Did something happen? No, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. I also had a question about that lunch service of yours. Any chance I could join in as a client, I mean? Sure, there's always capacity for more. We can only start delivering to you in a week though, since otherwise I'd run short on the ingredients I have currently stocked. That's fine, I'll survive with making lunch for myself for a week. Hold on, I'll get the papers, then we can talk it over. Atlas fetches some lists from a drawer. Considering that he's not a professional bookkeeper, he seems to have everything organized to an almost uncanny degree. You got any allergies I should know of? No, unless you plan to cook gurn root for some reason. Not really, but I'll take a note just to be safe. Do you prefer hot or cold lunch? The warm ones are a little pricier. Looks like both options are very affordable though. A little time passes and we get all the formal stuff figured out. Alright, I have one more condition though. What would that be? The first meal is always on the house. Also, because you've been sitting here a while, there's no way I can leave a guest starving in this house. I won't argue with that. He heats up a bowl of what must be leftovers, some kind of chili, and he also hands me a pastry dessert for good measure. Wow, this stuff tastes amazing. Glad you're enjoying it. I've been wondering, do you specialize in stews and such? Kind of. I found that somewhat liquid meals are easiest for me to reheat with my magic, since it's easier to distribute the warmth in there, you know? Ah, that makes sense. While we're talking, he's already making preparations for tomorrow's meals. He's truly made for this job, moving around hot pots on his heat-resistant palms and cracking walnuts in his bare hands. Wow. I hope I'm not bothering you here. I don't mean to distract you from your work. Don't worry about that at all. Contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoy the company. Do you get a lot of visitors out here? Yes, for some reason I do. I'm not sure what pulls the other fairies to this place, to be honest. Might be your hospitality. Plus, it's a very cozy and comforting place. The warmth of a fire and the smell of nutmeg and bay leaf makes me feel right at home. Huh? You may be right about that. In any case, feel free to stop by here whenever you like. I'm pretty sure Nord spends more time at my place than at his home, too. He seems too clingy. It's great that you guys take care of each other. We both try very hard. Nord is the kind of person who gives a lot of himself to others. I was wondering about that. It seems really important to Nord that others like him. Nord only acts like a people pleaser because he feels like he has to. What I want him to understand is that he doesn't need to put on a brave face when he's with me. Nobody has to. Life is already scary enough. We don't have to make it extra hard for each other. Heck, almost every day I learn stuff that makes me go, well, that's now a problem in the world I live in. But all of that is outside. When people are visiting this house, I want them to feel cozy, even if it's just for a short while. No Eldritch horrors, no Lankamorth gangs. This is a safe place. Eldritch horrors in this game. I certainly feel very welcome here. You'll find that most folks around here are kind and supportive. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Hey, thank you. We end up chatting a bit more about this and that. It's nice to have someone who can patiently show me the ropes around here. Since he was so kind to offer me a meal, I in turn help out with the cleanup. Odd weather today. Oh dear, it's already getting late. You should head back before it's all dark outside. No worries, I can light my way with a spell if I have to. Just be careful out there. You don't want to get hit by branches when it's so stormy outside. I better get going before he insists on holding my hand all the way back. I'll take care. You have a good night, all right? You too. The evening air is surprisingly cold for this time of the year, and the harsh winds aren't helping. Apparently some rain has fallen as well, so the path is a little muddier than usual. I wrap myself in my cloak and make my way back to the village. Night is falling really quickly here. Uh-oh. A little light magic should keep me from stepping into any puddles. There we go. Maybe it's just because I'm new to this forest, but there are some strange noises around these parts. Did I just hear a horse? Must have been the storm sweeping through the tree branches. My head is playing tricks on me. I instinctively speed up my footsteps. Still, the way back seems somehow longer this time around. Celine! Atlas? Hey, what are you doing out here? Did I forget something at your place or what? Listen, I don't have a lot of time to explain. They'll be here any moment. You trust me, right? Yes. Nope. Make a run for it. Yes. Yes, Atlas, I trust you. Okay, good. Turn off your light and just stay right here in the middle of the road with me, alright? Don't move. Alright. What's going on? I think we'll see that in a moment. Just please, stay calm. Don't stare at them when they go by. The storm is growing louder, so much that I can barely hear Atlas's voice anymore. You'll be fine, I promise. I do as he said, remaining still on the path. As the breeze cools down with every second, I think I can make out the sound of galloping hooves. Ooh, look at that. I freeze the sight of ghostly hunters on spectral horses rushing past us. They're carried forward by the howling storm, bathing the forest in an eerie blue light. Atlas keeps his gaze down and hugs me tightly, and I do my best to follow his example. A shudder runs through my heart. but none of the hunters touch us or even seem to acknowledge that we're there. I don't dare to move or even breathe. I focus on the sensation of Atlas's soft hair brushing against my temples. Finally, the last rider passes by, and their haunting blue shimmer vanishes among the woods. Phew. Are you all right, Celine? Yes, but what on earth was that? The Wild Hunt. They're a group of ghosts that are said to roam these woods a few times a year. What do they hunt? Anything scared enough to let themselves be hunted, I think. Standing still in the middle of the road and remaining calm seems to be the best way of avoiding them. You could have told me that before I went out. That was my mistake. I'm really sorry. Come on, I'll walk you home. Okay. To be fair, I didn't know they had a route through this part of the forest. So far, I've only ever seen their glow from my window. Then just now, I recall that they had always announced themselves through unusual storms in the past, and that your light could catch their attention. Wait, this was the first time you witnessed them up so close? Yes. How could you be so sure that the myth of being spared by staying in the middle of the road would work? There's usually truth in those folk tales, but to be honest, I wasn't sure. I just knew that running from them would have been the worst possible idea. But they're ghosts. Can they even touch us? What happens when they strike someone? I don't think I ever want to witness that. Just when we arrive at the village, the rain sets in again. At least the ghosts were not headed right for the village. Yeah, I'd still recommend staying inside for the rest of the night. I will. My house is over here. All right then, take care. Hold on, you're not going to walk all the way back to your house all alone, right? Not while those ghosts are still out and about. Besides, you'll catch a cold if you get drenched out here. I don't even need to be a medical professional to tell you that. Atlas is amused by my concern over him. Oh no, don't worry. I got a place here in the village where I can stay. Oh, okay. I sure hope you didn't leave the fire at home burning. Haha, no. Hey, Atlas, before you go. Thank you. Oh, it's nothing. You literally went out in the dark to save me from a ghost hunt, without even being sure if it would work. That's not nothing, that's like the opposite of nothing. For someone who prefers living by himself, you care an awful lot about people. Aw, he's blushing. And I think that's really strong. Don't stop being like that. I'll try. Now go inside before you get soaked. Okay, okay. I'll see you later. Good night. Once inside, I practically collapse onto the bed. The little candlelight is so enchanting. Despite my exhaustion, I stay awake for a while, calming down from the scare of encountering the wild hunt. I can hear the howling wind all throughout the night, but I know that I'm safe here. Alright folks, I'm going to end this. It's day 3, and I will start day 3 in part 2 of Lovewood, which I'll upload very soon. So please follow and hit that like button if you're enjoying this, and subscribe to my channel at SecretDoorGaming, and I will see you in part 2 of Lovewood.